Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Cynthia, and here's her story. I just came from lunch with my daughter-in-law who is 6 months pregnant. She told me that my narc stepmother, Janet, has contacted her on Facebook. It seems that no matter what I do, she always finds a way to worm her way into my family. I told my daughter-in-law to block her, and she agreed to do so. Janet has gone so far as asking for her address. Ollie, I have no doubt she would show up on her doorstep uninvited. I'm talking about my pregnant 6 month daughter in law waiting for my son's discharge from the Army. My son will be home for good in about 10 days. I worry about my daughter in law. She has gone through the pregnancy alone and it has been difficult for her. I'm sick of this shit. I know that Janet has contacted my daughter in law to get to me. Janet introduced herself on Facebook saying that she was my son's step grandmother, like hell she is. I am grown up. No contact isn't hard for me with Janet and her daughter Tammy. I have purposely cut them out of my life and I want to stay that way. This begins to frighten me. This is beginning to frighten me. I'm feeling a bit stalked at this point. I don't want to pursue legal recourse, but I'll do it if this continues. Please help me. I'm a baby boomer, but I promise you I did not grow up in a privileged lifestyle. I've had to deal with this bitch my entire life. It was hell. She's messing with my family, Ollie. I'd like for her to comb her hair with a shotgun. Cynthia. Here's the problem, Cynthia, with legal action, like with restraining orders. There has to be some sort of threat. And if she's showing up at your daughter-in-law's, they're going to say, let me tell you what's going to happen. If they're showing it up at your daughter-in-law's got to make the complaint, say, I don't want this woman at my home. I don't want her showing up. Um, Look, you see your daughter-in-law as 6 months pregnant, okay, and someone who needs to be taken care of and someone who shouldn't be messed with. Janet and the narcissist sees a pregnant woman as vulnerable, as a wounded gazelle, and as a prime target, as they did to my ex-wife when she was pregnant, my parents. Look, stress like that is bad on pregnancy and it's bad on the baby. It can happen, and I know you're trying to protect your grandchild, and yeah, the priority's got to be for your daughter-in-law right now and the grandchild, because the narcissist doesn't care about pregnancy. They don't care. They see it as an opportunity, a means to manipulate a woman in a weakened state and a family in a weakened state because they know they're concerned about the health of that child and the health of the mother. I would never contact her directly if I were you. But I mean, if your daughter-in-law is up to it, and I wouldn't force her because she probably has enough stress going on as it is with her husband being in the military for so long and all that stress and the new baby and now this. But I would suggest to her she would need to make a police report. Say this woman is contacting me via Facebook, trying to upset me, trying to cause problems, and I don't want her contacting me anymore. I don't want her or Phil. And the police will at least make a contact with her and make it clear what her feelings are, if she's up to that. Now, you may not get too much cooperation because there's really no threats going on in this whole narcissistic thing. And I wouldn't get into many details with them. I would say, look, we have a bad situation with this woman. As the grandmother, I don't want her anywhere near me. And, now she's coming after my daughter-in-law. And your daughter-in-law's got to say, I don't want her talking to me. She's upsetting me. I have a pregnancy. I have a child. This is harassment. And go from there. That's the best on your part as far as your involvement I would do. Now, you need to make it clear to your daughter-in-law. If she shows up at that house, I don't know how far you are from her, but you need a means of either getting to her house to protect her Because this isn't about the fight. This is about the child at this point. You understand, you know? And I think you understand that as well. Fuck the narcissism, fuck the fighting at this point. This is about my grandchild and my daughter-in-law giving birth safely to my child, and no undue stress or strain on her or my grandchild or my son's child. Okay, that has to be your priority, and that has to be your only priority. If God forbid you have to go over there and get in between them, you don't argue anything. It's get out or I'll call the police. And what you should do before you head over there is to call the police and send the police over there first if she can't do it. And then you head over there. And you don't argue any of your life, any of what happened. It's get out, bitch. Get away. We don't want to talk to you. You don't argue it. You don't engage it. You just let her know this isn't going to be accepted. The narcissist will never miss the opportunity to take advantage of a vulnerable pregnant woman. Narcissists see pregnancy as vulnerability, aka opportunity. Bottom line, Cynthia. Bottom line. So you need to have a plan with your daughter-in-law. You now would contact the police, see what they can do. Rationally, don't call 911, obviously. Don't try to tie up. You know, how you call the police makes a difference as well. Don't call up the emergency line. Call the non-emergency line and say, listen, I need some guidance on how to contact, because my daughter-in-law is being harassed by somebody we just don't want to have any contact with. And they keep, and leave it simple and short, and they understand, look, there's this person, my mother, Jan, who we want nothing to do with it. We cut him out. She will not stop harassing this woman. Okay? And it needs to stop. And keep it short, sweet, and simple. Don't get into what she did, what she said, what's going on, unless they specifically ask. Okay? Because then it all gets washed out, and they just say, oh, this is just another crazy family fight. Yeah, family fight. And that's not what you want. So planning is essential. Having a plan with your daughter-in-law, and when your son gets home, he should be home, and I guess if this is right, in 4 or 5 days. So be prepared and make sure your son understands the situation once he's home fully, and all of you are on the same page. And that's the best you can do, Cynthia. So I hope it works out. I hope you can come up with a plan, because it's bullshit. Because I remember what my parents put my ex-wife through, and and me through, but specifically my ex-wife, and the strain they put on her when when she was pregnant with Aaron. Because we had a lot of problems with that pregnancy. They told us that Erin might have had Down syndrome, that her kidneys, sent us through all this special testing, and that was just a corrupt doctor trying to bilk the insurance. So that's what we were told at Columbia Presbyterian in New York City. They're like, why are you even here? And then when they saw the doctor's name, they actually said, they're like, we're not even supposed to say this, but this doctor does this to everybody. Sends them, scares the shit out of them. It was horrible. And my parents just saw it as an opportunity. So you need to be prepared and have a plan. Thank you again for your contribution and all your support, Cynthia. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your story. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. And remember, when you do email me your story, please put at the top of the email whether it's with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.